I'm good, Foxy. We're now recording. Now recording, and I'm good.
I was waiting for that. Yes. How you doing, Mr. Lizard?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today, sir?
Yes, not so bad. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to this podcast because we have quite the interesting changelog this week for multiple reasons for Bedrock Edition. 1.19.80 is out, no spoilers, but it's not out, it's in preview, but you know what I mean. But before we get to that, hello and welcome back to the unofficial Minecraft Update podcast. We are on episode 38, and as usual, I like to start the show by reminding everybody that we're now supported by Patreon, and I'd like to say a big thank you to 29 of those lovely patrons who have patroned. And if you enjoy the show, if you're enjoying it and you want to help support us, then you can by going to patreon.com/the Minecraft Update. The minimum perks you'll get right at the very, very littlest tier, which is very cheap, Slack, is access to the patron-only feed for bonus content which we need to record. We mentioned it last week. We need to do that. We're technically, we owe them a month and we need to do this month, so we've got 2 to do. We did get access to the live episode recordings, which we did last week, Slack. We did one last week. It went well.
It went well, except for, you got to watch that Jade. Jade is very sus. Very sus.
They get access to the patron-only Discord channels and a shiny Discord role, which we're still not 100% sure, depending on your colour scheme of your computer and your brightness of your monitor, if it actually glows. So maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
I think it glows. I'm convinced it glows.
We'll put it glows with an asterisk, and at the bottom, it doesn't, saying like it doesn't really. Maybe it does. We're not sure.
An official glow.
Yeah, but if that's glow. What if that's the reason you're joining the patron because you want a glowing Discord role, then you've got other issues. But at the end of the day, then worrying whether the glow glows or not.
Well, details.
Right, Slack, what have you done this week? I want to know all about it. It's nearly time for you, isn't it?
I know. It's nearly time. It's almost time to go to the UK. I contacted the airport because I've never done long-term storage. I've never traveled out of the country. So I was like, all right, how do I store my car? How does this work? How does that work? I've been getting stuff ready. I got myself a backpack. I got myself a laptop case because I don't want to carry a big suitcase and luggage. I don't want to deal with all that because I'm going to have to go through multiple airports and I don't want to have to wait. So I'm going as minimal as I can. But I'm nervous. And I'm at this point now where I don't know if I'm like 95% excited, 5% scared, or 95% scared, 5% excited. It's
you sound very excited. I don't think I've heard you with this much energy in a long time. So
I'm so far behind on everything this week for some reason. I went down the rabbit hole of playing Diablo 2 again. And oh god, because that game consumed a big chunk of my life in the past. A big chunk of my life in the past, and I started playing it again, and I almost overslept today. I sat and played that game last night for 12 hours and it felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah, good games will do that to you.
And it's like, man, I've got to learn my limitations on that game, or I've just got to completely cut that game out because I absolutely love it. But
the thing is, go on.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
So the thing is, right now for you, while you are excited and nervous and everything else like that, the last thing you want to be stressing about is getting your content out. So just do something that chills you out, that distracts you, that takes your mind off things. That's why games exist at the end of the day. They're an escape for us to go into and just sort of, make us happy. They're supposed to be an endorphin rush. So if you're getting something out of it, then don't beat yourself up about it. Just enjoy it. And then stop when you come back and you need to get on with work.
Last night I was supposed to, I woke up from a nap. I took a nap yesterday afternoon. I got up and I was like, okay, I'm going to play Diablo for a couple of hours. Yesterday morning I recorded a tutorial for Friday and I got one recorded for next week. And I was supposed to sit down and record 2 more. And I was supposed to edit my Slackville episode together, because I'm good on TV content. I'm like 5 episodes ahead on it. So I started playing Diablo, and before I knew it, 12 hours passed. I forgot that I was even live.
Oh, you were streaming it? Oh, geez.
Yes, I was streaming it, and like about 10 hours in, somewhere between maybe, I don't know, the fifth and the sixth hour, I forgot that I was even live. I was just that zoned in on the game. So I didn't get none of my stuff done. It's one of those things where I'm going to have to learn a limitation, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because I totally just lose all track of time. And so I didn't get none of my recording done. So today's going to be a busy night. I still got to do prep work around the house before I can leave. And it's like, you idiot, you got sidetracked on the game. But
so this podcast is a bit of an inconvenience for you this week then, really, isn't it?
Nope, never is. Never is. The only thing that ever becomes an inconvenience is my life.
yeah, real life. Stop being so inconvenient. You're getting in the way of all the things I want to do. Jeez. Oh, man. I could have done that with when I was recording Hogwarts Legacy. I had to. Like, it would get to 11 o'clock and I'd be like, no, I have to go to bed now. If I don't go to bed, I'm not going to get up tomorrow. I'm not going to get any of the things done. But I could have just played that all night. I could have played it all day and all night. So I get it.
My worst thing is like, okay, so like when you were playing like Elden Ring or something, you go kill a boss, and you're like, okay, I didn't get a good drop this time. Maybe next time I'll get something. So you go do it again. And you're like, oh, that was decent. Maybe one more. Just one more. And it's like, one more goes a long ways.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
So how's your week been, Foxy?
It's been a bit of an odd week, really. I can't really put into words why, but it doesn't feel like I've really achieved a great deal. I did my flower farm video for Truly Bedrock last week, and this week I sat down on Monday morning and I was like, right, I need to do a video. I'm going to do another farm too, because I'm basically building another skyscraper in my sort of skyscraper village, and it's going to be like a
skyscraper, you say, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to have all the dyes in it. So the bottoms of the flower farm, the next one up, I thought, I'd do a sea pickle farm. And it's been years since I made a sea pickle farm. So I went into my test world, looked at all the old ones, and they worked fine. But I thought I want to do it better. So I spent a few hours designing this ridiculously over-the-top sea pickle farm and then recording that video. And because I'd only just like built it in creative, jumping straight into survival to build it, I'm like, I know what I need and I know how to build it, and I've got screenshots, but I must have built it wrong 3 times throughout the video. So whoever follows that, as like, I've done it as a tutorial, so whoever follows that, you're going to get to a point and be like, oh man, the Foxy's just said all that's wrong, I've got to take it all down again and do this. But I wanted to leave it in because I always get comments saying I like the fact that you don't just give us this perfect result. I like the fact that you show us the process. So I was like, well, I'll just leave it in, it'll be fine. What could go wrong? Go on, what about skyscrapers? Are you doing skyscrapers as well?
No. I jumped in on a friend's stream this week and watched them designing a skyscraper around a mob farm, and just it was
yeah, finishing off the windows with the stupid scaffolding. Oh my goodness, I hate scaffolding. Slack so much. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. The idea of it's great. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't place where you expect it to place. If you don't put a block next to the bit you want to stand on and you want to place anything down that requires sneaking, you fall through it. You need to place it across and it just starts falling down because it's too far away. And you're like, no other blocks in the game do that apart from like sand and gravel. Why doesn't scaffolding just allow you to build it anywhere? It's so dumb. So
I'll tell you, the thing that annoys me the most about scaffolding is when you break it, it goes everywhere.
Yeah, it literally does. It's like, I'm going to go the other side of the planet. Why? Just fall straight down. It's so annoying. I think there's more bits of despawning scaffolding on windowsills around that skyscraper than I got back at the end of it all. It's so annoying.
Oh, it's stupid. I'd rather use dirt. Actually, here recently, I've started using slime as my pillaring block. I don't know why, but
The only problem with that is you can't jump on it and you go slow. Well, you can jump on it, but it's weird, isn't it, slime?
Yeah, it's weird, but man, it's that insta break too. You can just tap, boom, gone. Yep.
Yeah, I don't even mind that with like dirt or grass or netherrack, because you've got instant break on those if you've got the tool on you, and you've got netherite tools, so they last forever. So it's not like you're wearing them down. It's just the scaffolding convenience is that you can climb up it, so you don't have to keep repiling up. So I don't know. there's pros and cons to it, but I'm still yet to find the list of like positives longer than the list of negatives. No.
Yeah. One of the things that even made it worthwhile before was you could use it as decent fuel. So
Yeah.
I made a little extra. Okay, so I'll keep some on me. Now it's just horrible fuel, and it's just like, no, I
It's
have
the
no
same
need to
as
ever make it.
sticks.
Yeah.
Well, it's ridiculous. It's so stupid. So yeah,
Yep.
so I did that live stream as well. Yeah, and then do you remember in season 0, I built a underneath the main island. I built this like vault game where you would go down through. There was a bank, and you would go in the back door, and you drop down into this cavern. There was all lava at the bottom, and then you had to go through a room with loads of buttons in, find the right button. Then you had to get the right combination in the next room, and then there was a lava bit that you had to go across.
And then there was a fake exit at the end where it was a death trap. Yep, I remember.
Yeah, yes, there was.
Still not
well, I
bitter
want to
about
bring
that at
that
all.
back. I want to bring that to this season of Truly Bedrock, because the underneath of my base is kind of like, a bit like a labyrinth already, and I want to add something similar to that in, but more like with the. I know we don't have portal guns in Minecraft, but I want to take the sort of puzzle building ideas from Portal and try and make some more interesting puzzles from that are not just here's 1,000 buttons, press the right one. So yeah, I really want to do that. I'm looking forward to doing that. And I was messing about with some what they call double piston extenders and things like that to see what I could do with hidden walls and whatnot. So that's fun. And then today I pulled out finally. So I don't know if you're aware. You probably are. But over the last few months, my patrons have been doing challenges. So basically, I set up a server and I say, you've got 1 month. This is the thing. This is the idea. You're in total survival. No mods, no add-ons. Build it. And they all run off and they build all the best farms in the world and they create this thing. And the first one they did was a medieval town, which was amazing. I still can't. I've been in it for hours today, just going around cleaning it up and clearing it up and stuff like that. And it just blows my mind what they all did in survival. So what I want to do with that is basically release it on the marketplace as like a survival spawn thing, but also add a little bit of something fun into there as well. So I've gone around and hidden loads of stuff in there, and I've basically made a list that I'll be adding into it saying, this is basically a bingo list. Go and find this, go and find that. You don't win anything. It's just like a reason to go and explore it, I guess. And I've added in some other things to it that I'm not going to say anything about, so it doesn't ruin it. But the other thing I want to do with it, but I think it's one of these, if I do it, I go, oh, it sounds so simple and it won't take long, but it'll end up taking so long I never release it. But I kind of want to do like a zombie horde mode where you press a button and you get like 5 waves of zombies and you've got to get from one side of it, where you basically arrive on a dock and at the very far end up the top of the hill is the castle with a throne in it. And I basically want to do like a can you get to the throne challenge, but it sounds easy and in my head it's easy to do, but I know it'll just end up this this deep sort of web of nonsense that I have to go through as I find bugs and problems and, oh yeah, what about this and what about that? And I don't know if I want to do that.
That could be a lot of fun. It could be a lot of fun.
It would. It's such a shame. I've never done anything with them. I meant to sort of like download them, tidy them up and share them with my patrons because they're the ones that build it. And I've never even got around to do that. They've done 3 already and they're working on a 4th. So, it's about time I did something with them. So, looking forward to getting that done. And that's my week, Slack. That's it. Job done.
Well, that seems too simple.
It does. Right, Slack. We have had, I guess maybe because we did the podcast a little bit late this week, or last week, should I say, we've not had an absolute ton of feedback, bug dates, wish lists and questions, which I guess is relatively fortunate because we do have some relatively big news. So let's jump into the feedback, shall we?
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Okay, so Stitch Fix, they say, Foxy, 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 how's your day? Yes, please, I need Iron Man armor and Pepper. And I'm assuming that's Pepper Potts Iron Man armor. Yep. And then they say, I love the hopper idea under the crafting table, and it goes into a chest. I could see crafting a bunch of accidents, but not knowing it, though. So, yeah, I've thought about this a lot more, and I'm really up for this putting a hopper under the crafting table idea. I like it.
Yeah, I'm so. Why isn't it in the game yet?
I don't know. What are they playing at, Slack? Well, it's like they almost don't. It's like they don't read the good ideas list that we put out for them every week.
I mean, it was in our contract that we send them good ideas, and they're supposed to.
Yeah, Jeff said, I guarantee that all of these will eventually make it into the game, didn't he?
That's what I thought he said. That's what I really thought. Huh. Gotta watch Jeff, though. He's. I wonder if he's told everyone else. You know, because he makes changes to the game sometimes, and he doesn't tell people.
That's true. The change logs are often lacking quite a lot of things that have changed.
More like guidelines than actual changes, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there could be changes in this update. You'll have to find out. Wait and see. Surprise.
Surprise. Yeah, surprise. Right. Rotated Outface is up next, and they said the good idea been ding sound with headphones on. Ouch. Did they not like it?
I've softened it this week. So it's still a ding, but it shouldn't be quite as aggressive as it was. So I'm sorry for headphone users. But it's not something I add in afterwards. I just press the button on my Go XLR. So it's not, I have no control over the volume of it. So yeah, I've tried
that
to
straight through his mic audio. So if it was loud, yep, good talk there, Foxy. Good job.
Yeah, my bad. We could always remove it. I mean, you guys were the ones that wanted sound effects for the good ideas. I can take it away again. It's not a problem.
Look, it's a good way to make sure people are awake and alert. I say you should do it like every 5 minutes. Just make sure they're still there.
Yeah, every piece of feedback. Ding, got another piece of feedback. No, right. If it's a problem, if you don't like it, let me know. Let me know in the feedback, and I'll do my best to find another sound or get rid of it. Jeez. Okay. Victim says, I know Foxy really hates self-promotion, so I'll do it. Please send in all your monies. Well, send a bit just to show how much we all appreciate the hard work it does to create quality content. Thank you, Victim. I appreciate you asking everybody to send all of their monies. Very.
Don't forget to pay your stream fee, your podcast fee, your episode fee. Hit your super thanks button and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the others. We got Patreon, that coffee thing. We got the Streamlabs donations, the Discord. I got a thing in there now. Just send it all our way. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
You got to be subscribed on at least 17 platforms.
Yeah,
the count.
Yes. Oh no, it's like I don't want to say it, but we know people that would do that.
Oh,
we know people that'll be like, right, you can access my patron servers if you patron to me and you join my Discord membership and you're a YouTube channel member and your Twitch subscription is up to date. We know people would do that.
Next week, we're going to add in coffee, and then we're going to add in, this and that. You want to see the chat rooms affiliated with these channels? Well, you got to pay for Discord.
Yeah, I know you're top tier on everything, but your Twitch subscription it didn't go through this month. You didn't stream. That's not my problem, mate. Not my problem. Jeez. Oh, man. What a world we could live in.
All right, so next we got LCS 128. And they said, hello, Minecraft Update podcast crew. I really like your podcast. It's my favorite one on Spotify and the one I listen to often. I also fall asleep because of Foxy's voice sometimes. I thought it was only until I listened to the 1.20 features are now playable episodes. Trust me, though, that people fall asleep because your voice is a compliment.
Oh, well, that's okay then. I'll let you off, LCS. Jeez. At least they're not going saying I've got horrible chainsaw voice and I can't sleep. I try to go to sleep listening to the old podcast, but I can't because Foxy's voice is just so horrible. So, no, yeah, I'll take it as a compliment. The cool guy's back saying, hi guys, I found a bug on your website. For some reason, my idea is not in the good ideas bin. Please fix this immediately. The cool guy died from lost gems because they're not in the good ideas bin. Sucks to be you, cool guy. Maybe try harder with your good ideas. Jeez.
Yeah. Don't even know what to say about that. So we're going to go straight on to Lemonade in here. It says, Foxy, how to describe someone that leaks stuff can be a spoiler.
You wouldn't call someone a spoiler, though, would you? You're a spoiler. You know?
No,
so this was in response
to...
Yeah, leaker. Oh, that's, well, yeah. leaving little puddles around everywhere. This was in response to Roger Badgerman, wasn't it? Because we didn't know how to refer him to, or what to refer him. You know what I mean? So,
yep.
I suppose you could call them a spoiler, but it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Because a thing is a spoiler, or the context is a spoiler, not necessarily the person spoiling it. So, what about a spoilerer?
Spoilerer.
They're a spoilerer.
Spoilerer.
Yep. Nailed it, Slack. We figured it out. It's good news. Okay, like DJ Chris 2019 says, in response to Foxy speaking French, here's my response. Bonjour, no hablo French language thing. DJ Chris 2019 died from insulting Mr. Onion by accident because he doesn't know French and only speak English and a tiny bit of Spanish. Oh dear. Oh well, there you go. You shouldn't go around upsetting Mr. Onion, should you?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, Mr. Onion. Haven't seen him in a while.
If it's a robot, something or other, sky thing, I don't know. It'd be all right.
What about Big Chicken? Is he doing good? Is he still playing Fortnite?
I don't know. And that's it from this week's feedback. If you'd like to leave us feedback, you can by emailing us at news@theminecraftupdate.com. Or you can fill in the feedback form on our website, or you can join our Discord. The links are in the description. And if you're the person, and you know who you are, that decided this week that our feedback form should be just filled with total filth because last week I said I read them all, then go and do something creative and constructive with your life, please. Jeez. Right, anyway, time to move on, Slack. It's news time. I'm excited. Are you excited? We're going to start with Java Edition because it's a nice, easy one. Minecraft Java 1.19.4 pre-release 4 has been released, and in that there are, as usual for Java Edition, more bug fixes than you could ever read before you eventually wasn't alive anymore. And that's about it. There's a few changes, and one of them is the textures for cherry tree leaves and the cherry sign have been updated. Now, I was really hoping that would mean they've got rid of the green bits on the cherry tree leaves, but the picture they've actually shared on the changelog is so dark I can't actually tell. But fingers crossed it's a good one. What I didn't realise,
we changed it, but we're going to put it in the dark so you can't tell. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the pink petals you get in the cherry blossom biomes?
Yes.
Apparently, they're non-renewable. So,
excuse me?
Yeah, apparently they can't be harvested and they can be harvested, but they can't be spread like normal flowers can. So I think what this means is that every single cherry blossom biome within a 10 million block radius of your world spawn on your server is just going to look very bare. And one person on your server is going to have the most beautiful garden that's going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a real big mistake. Why? They're so beautiful. Why make them not renewable?
That'd be like making the glow lichen not renewable, or that makes no sense. Or flowers not. No.
Yeah. No. Stop it. Change it, mate. Get rid. Right.
Can those be used in a crafting recipe?
No. Apparently not. Apparently you can't craft them and you can't breed them. That's not the right word.
I didn't know if they can be turned into dye. Is what I'm saying. Because most flowers
they can be turned into pink dye. Yeah.
But you can't non-renewable.
Yeah, doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
Maybe that'll change. Maybe that's an oversight. Hopefully. Right, okay, that's it from Java Edition. Bedrock Edition, our preview and beta 1.19.80.20 has some very interesting things. It's got some brand new, unheard of, never ever seen before things in it. And it has some things that Slack doesn't like. So I guess we'll start with the new experimental features, which are the Cherry Grove, which we've just discussed, that's been in Java Edition for a little while now, which is the Cherry Grove biome that comes with cherry blossom trees, and you can found it, Slack.
You can found it. Yep, that's the confounded. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep, you can found it. It has new flower, pink petals as ground cover, which can be crafted into pink dye.
But they're non-renewable. Yep.
Yep. Rabbits, pigs, and sheep and bees will spawn there, which is nice. And there is a whole new wood set for the cherry blossom trees, it says. So apparently we can't use it. The wood set is for the cherry blossom trees. I guess they're going to craft those and work with it somehow. That's a really weird way that there's a new wood set.
Self-building.
Yeah.
Interesting. So is it going to kind of grow slabs on the tree?
Yeah, little signs pop up, fence posts, gates. What a weird way to say that. It comes with a new wood set for the cherry blossom trees. No, it doesn't. It comes with a new wood set for the players that's made from cherry blossom tree wood. Stupid changelogs. Jeez. Okay, right. The decorated pot has been tweaked because it had problems. It also no longer provides support for blocks wanting to attach to the side of it. It's not stackable in the inventory, which is annoying. And the recipe for it now shows up in the survival recipe book. It also has a particle based on the default decorated pot side texture, and they've updated the Archer pottery shard texture, which they also did in the Java changelog. I think it was pre-release 2 or 3, I can't remember. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to those pots, but why not make them? Why? I don't understand non-stackable. Don't understand it.
No.
Everything should be stackable.
No, especially if it had inventory, maybe I could understand why it's not stackable or something like that, but no.
If I can put 27 shulker boxes, which are actually technically bigger than chests inside a chest, I should be able to put 64 terracotta pots in a slot of a chest.
Well, you can't flower pots, so I don't...
Okay. The brush has changed, Slack. It is no longer a string pickaxe. It is now a feather, a copper ingot, and a stick. So it is now it's a feather sword instead of a string pickaxe. So that's good.
It's something to tickle somebody with.
Exactly.
Right.
The suspicious sand, Slack. It's no longer waterloggable. It will connect to fence blocks. It turns into regular sands after it's been destroyed with a brush. It emits particles when broken by pistons. And did you know you can't collect it? You can't pick it up.
Oh, you what?
You can't. If you pick it up, it turns into sand, even with Silk Touch.
That's annoying.
However, a genius on the internet figured out a way to do it. I think it was a little bit like getting the dragon egg, where you break the block below it and put a torch underneath. I can't remember exactly how they did it, but they basically got it to drop as an item in survival. So, assuming they don't patch that out, we'll be able to move it. But it'd be nice to have like a little bit of. I know it's really rare. And you hardly find it. It's just around desert temples and desert wells, and you only get a few pieces. But it's a nice variation on sand. So,
yeah, but does it break if you walk over it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, good. Because if it did, that would be horrible.
What will happen though is you'll go and carefully gather it all using this method, and then someone's going to come along to your nice path near your base and go, "Oh, I can brush all of this."
Something looks wrong with this block. Let me just hit it with my shovel. Oh, oops. Oh.
Good news, Slack. The camel will now stop dashing when entering a rideable entity. So when your camel goes inside a zombie or a pig or something else that can be ridden, a horse perhaps, it will stop dashing, which is good because before they were just going right through and coming back out of their mouths. It was just tearing the entities to shreds. Oh, so that's good news. It will just place itself nicely inside and stop dashing. I think I've understood that one properly.
Let me click this bug because I'm confused. If the camel leaps into a Minecraft boat, look, don't even get me started. No.
Good news, Slack. 1.5 sneak, as it's referred to in the changelog, is back. So basically, sneaking under 1.5 block gaps was removed in a couple of previews ago because it was messing about with the camera and stuff like that. But they've brought it back, and it is now called 1.5 sneak. And I quite like that because it doesn't give any reference to what's going on there at all, is it? 1.5, is that like a sneak and a half? It doesn't. No, it's to go under 1.5 block gaps. Jeez, what's wrong with you?
Well, at least it's coming back. I guess they had to change it because it's probably not quite as ready as they were hoping.
But that's good. I'm really looking forward to that coming in, and I would really, really like it if we could have the whole trapdoor like crawl thing as well. That would be lovely. But I'll settle for 1.5 sneak for now. Good news, Slack.
Yeah. I'll take it. Okay, yeah.
But we have an updated "You Died" experience. The death screen is no longer the death screen. So, you know what? It's weird, isn't it? So Minecraft has got these things that they're like, this is untouchable. It's traditional. We can't change it. The torch, the diamond sword, well, they did change the diamond actually, the shape of it at one point. But you know, the grass block, they wouldn't touch it because it's like, no, that's essential to Minecraft and history and stuff like that. And I would consider the death screen to be in a similar vein, because that death screen it's like the Dark Souls death screen. Everybody knows it, right?
Yep.
But no, They changed it. They made it so the whole screen practically goes black, and in that lovely new font we've got with the new UI, it says "You died," and then you got the death message, and then instead of 2 buttons like respawn or title screen, it's just respawn, and it's a big green button with big bold writing on it, and it looks fine. But it's just a shame, you know.
I know the screenshot that they included says from the mobile version.
Yes,
but I'm not sure I like it.
I don't mind it. I just feel like it's doing a disservice to the original death screen. But good news, you can turn on the old screen instead by going to Settings Video and turned off New You Died screen. So why don't they call it death screen? Why is it You Died screen? That doesn't make sense. The death screen makes sense. You Died screen doesn't make sense.
Magrathea?
Jeez. Good news, Slack. We have 2 new sliders in the options menu that adjust the glint strength and the glint speed for enchanted items, which is nice. Bad news, Slack. They didn't give us 2 new sliders for entity render distance or particle render distance.
And what's worse is we used to have an entity slider thing in the past, long time ago.
The particle one we did, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Take it away.
I'd love to be able to turn down particles like on end portals and stuff like that. Just give me the slider. Give me the Jeff.
I can only assume there must be a limit on how many sliders you're allowed in the UI, and they had to take it away so they can give it to glint strength and speed. So,
no.
Okay. Right, next, there's a bunch of stuff in here. I'm going to skip a few. I'm going to go to Chorus Fruit XP in Furnaces, is what I've written in my notes. Basically, Chorus Fruit will now give you XP in Furnaces. Apparently, it didn't before it was broken. And I think that might actually be a reasonably easy farm to make.
Actually, that may be. How much do we know how much experience per cook it is?
It doesn't say so in the changelog, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too easy too difficult to find on the wiki. So yeah, that might be a nice source of XP. Although I say that chorus farms are normally pretty annoying because you have to place the flowers down, don't you? So
you have to place the flower
but
yourself.
You do get a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one on my one is the one that you don't like at all, and that is that only small mobs can now enter boats and chest boats, which means that hoglins, polar bears, and spiders will no longer fit in boats. And you don't like this, do you?
No. Just no. No. This is a change that doesn't need to happen. No. Why?
It's parity, apparently.
No. What about minecarts? What about capturing gas and stuff like that?
Well, minecart's much bigger.
Look. This is so you're saying that I can't put a camel in a boat, but I can put it in a minecart. The minecart's actually smaller than the boat.
No, you don't. You're not understanding, Slack. Clearly, minecart much bigger than a boat because it can fit hoglins, polar bears, spiders, camels, ghasts in, but boat too small.
So you can't put a shulker box in a boat no more?
That's technically smaller than bigger. A boat, isn't it? Boat's bigger than a block.
It looks bigger than a boat. No, really? No, it might hang out on the corners. No, can't do it then. So good luck moving your shulkers to the overworld. Yep.
Well, it does specifically say hoglins, polar bears, and spiders. It doesn't mention anything else.
What about gas? Can I still put a gas in a boat?
It doesn't mention you can't put gas in a boat. So, I don't know. It is a strange change for them to make, but I don't really care. You do.
Well, I do, because if you're in a Sosan Valley or something like that, you capture 2 gas in a boat, which is not necessarily that hard. Suddenly, you've made that valley no gas.
Yeah, I do like the idea that you can capture gas, because obviously you've got your gas-powered concrete things, and I've been fiddling with those things in creative as well, trying to wrap my head around it. And finding some very interesting things going on with my gas. In my flat world, Slack, my flat world practically set my computer on fire because for a split second the gas couldn't see the snow golem, and then all of the items in my world started falling really slowly. My fans ramped up.
Actually, it's not your golem. It's you. If yeah, that's one thing that
How
we
is it
didn't
creative?
include as details in our video. If the ghast tries to target you, okay, so say you're standing there, you got a ghast in front of you. He sees you, and then you walk behind a solid block where he can't target you. He still tries to target you, but he can't. So suddenly you get pending tick data that just goes insane.
Yeah. Well, what I was doing, rather than having, I did end up doing your water streamy thing in the end, but I was trying it with like slime blocks to push the balls, and when the slime blocks stuck out for a millisecond, that was what was causing the gas to lose sight of the snow golem and just lose its mind.
Yep. Yeah. And it causes some severe lag, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want them to take the ability for us to move mobs away around in boats and minecarts, because that's just it's a thing we need for technical players. You know, I'm sure some technical players need a spider in a boat, or a polar bear in a boat, or a hoglin in a boat. The reason for
a spider in a boat is really easy to set up as the target for the snowman, because you don't need to put a helmet on it. You don't need to get it persistent. All you have to do is name tag it. Spider in a boat, really easy.
So it just doesn't make sense. Well, I get it. Oh, it's not realistic. What in Minecraft is realistic?
It's Minecraft.
Yeah. Get that. What I can understand making changes when they don't affect technical stuff, but this stuff does. So stop it.
This is a good way to help spawn-proof your area, too. You get boats, you throw entities in it, and it's a quick early-on game fix. So say if you had hardcore or something like that, it'd be great. Now you're saying that you can't put mobs in boats? How are you supposed to move a panda?
Yeah, it doesn't mention pandas, and surely they're bigger than polar bears.
Exactly. And people love pandas.
Yeah. No, panda stay. You're just going to have millions of iron instead of a little bit of wood and make a minecart track all the way from your jungle.
This bothers me because this bothers me because I can see a future change coming from this. Because somebody goes, well, you can't put it in a boat. Why can't you put it in a minecart? Oh, we got to change that for parity. It's just, isn't there an advancement for like getting a ghast from the overworld, or from the nether to the overworld in Java?
I have no idea, probably. There's advancements for everything.
So they're going to take the parity out for the boat. Okay, so what next? Okay, now you can't do it with the minecart. Oh, what about that advancement now? That's kind of like us having the advancement or the achievement of shooting a skeleton more than 64 blocks away when you can't even render it.
You can't do it. It's too far away to despawn, mate. I know. It's so stupid. Oh, man. Oh, Slack, I'm with you.
This change really bothers me. I don't like it at all.
No, because that really does set a path for future changes, doesn't it? And bad changes. Stop it. Okay, another bad change in my book, Slack, is that villagers, after a successful trade, will now give green particles, which I wouldn't mind, because that is Java Edition parity. The problem is, villagers do green particles when they're connecting to a workstation or a bed. So when you're trading with them, you're going to be thinking, is this guy broken? Is he connecting to something else? Why can't they?
I don't like that. They should have made it a different color.
Yeah, or a different particle, or just like an emerald particle going up above his head or something. So that I think that one's that's dumb parity. That's parity that should have gone in the other direction.
Yeah, I don't get that one. Yeah, it makes no sense.
No, I don't. Another bit of good news, though, something I've been looking forward to coming out for actually a very long time, is the summon commanders have had some love. You can now summon an entity facing something, either a direction or another entity, which is fantastic, because I've actually been struggling with that on one of my marketplace maps, which I've not done any work on for a long time. But yeah, that's a really nice thing, because what you had to do before is you'd summon it in, and then you had to almost make like a delay clock in your functions and have a loop so that like the next tick it could TP it to space the right direction, but if there was any lag, it would miss. So then you'd have to TP it again just to make sure it had done it. And because there's a delay with, when you TP a mob and it actually like smoothly turns round to face the right direction.
Yeah.
So then you have to spam basically TP to make sure it was doing it. So now you can just actually have them facing the direction you want.
Sorry. I'm back on the mob thing again. I'm still reading details on that. Turtles can now enter boats and boats with chest.
Yes. Turtle's small.
Okay, I could see a turtle. All right, by their new logic that can only fit in a boat, I can understand. But I barely understand a turtle in a boat, because you ever put a turtle in a boat, it takes up the whole boat.
Yes. And they're saying
Okay,
that can
but
go
you're
in a
trying to tell
chest
me that
boat.
turtle can go in a boat with a chest
Yes.
now?
Yeah, so it really does seem quite random what mobs they've decided don't fit, doesn't it?
That makes no sense.
Jeez. Okay.
I'm really annoyed over this change, in case you hadn't figured it out.
I can see Slack, but you need to calm down a moment, right? Because we're now going to talk about we're gonna reach the point of the thing that's the most important from this change log that requires a lot of discussion and talking about. Okay.
Okay.
The Roger Badgerman last week, when we got the update name that came out, suggested that there was a Bedrock Editor on its way, and me and you couldn't say anything about it. Do you remember?
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
this
yes,
week
yes.
it's actually included in the Minecraft preview.
Well,
It's not a separate app. It's weird, and I'll get to that. Like now, actually.
yeah, I was about to say, after a break from these sponsors, what? I'm confused.
Yeah. To run it, you have to install the preview, which is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
But then it only works on Windows. I assume it'll come to other devices at some point, but it only works on Windows for now. And to open it, you have to create a shortcut on your computer somewhere and basically do Minecraft : editor equals true. And if you do that and you run that shortcut, it'll go, which program do you want to use as the default, Minecraft or Minecraft Preview? So you click Minecraft Preview, and then Minecraft opens up as normal, except the only difference is there's no play settings marketplace screen. It goes straight into your world screen. And even if you've got worlds in your thing, it's blank. It just says new project. So you click on new project. It opens Minecraft as if it was just the normal game, but then it throws a bunch of UI at you with all of the options and things you can do. And the only difference I can see from the worlds that it creates, which it refers to as projects, is I looked into the level database of one of them, and it's marked as editor equals true. Okay, in the level DB. So it's exactly the same as a Minecraft world, same file, same database, same everything. But hidden away in the things that you can't read, it's marked as an editor world. So for whatever reason, they're distinguishing between editor worlds and normal worlds. So you can't see any of your normal worlds when you run in the editor, and likewise, if you then open up the normal preview or Minecraft, you can't see any of the editor project worlds in there, which I don't really understand. I don't get that. Why there must be a technical reason for it, but it doesn't make a great deal of sense because they're essentially exactly the same thing. So you open it up, and at the top you've got a little file menu, and in there you've got things like export world as a Minecraft world, which is dumb because it is a Minecraft world, so it just doesn't need to be there. There's a tool to switch dimension, so you can just click which dimension you want to go in, and it's just boom, you're in that new dimension, which is really nice. And the thing that I particularly like, which is going to make life really good for screenshots with mobs and things, is that, and wouldn't it be great if you could open up this Bedrock Editor on any world, which there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to, what I can see. All of the entities in the world are paused, and there's basically a pause and unpause button. So I put a chicken down, and I pressed unpause, and as soon as the chicken started to walk, I pressed pause, and it doesn't just stop it from moving. It pauses the animation perfectly, like it's like one leg up, one feather, like one little wing up. And I thought that's going to be really cool for thumbnails and things like that.
Yes.
So
yeah, that would be useful.
Now, I don't know. Clearly, because this is public knowledge now, I feel like I can probably talk a little bit about what I couldn't talk about last week. But I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't know how much information from that I can talk about. But basically, it must be at least a year ago when I first heard about this. And at that point, it was very, very early days. I was shown a preview of it. It wasn't part of the actual game. It was a separate application. And in that, it seemed really, really limited in what it could do. There was basically a fill command, so you could select an area and fill it. There was a brush tool, so you could paint with a certain block, and then you could select an area and copy and paste it. And I thought, geez, that's got a long way to go before it's useful. And then So when obviously this came out, I thought, oh man, I can't wait to see all of the functions and stuff this has got in here. This is going to be fantastic. And guess what functions it's got, Slack?
I don't know. Tell me.
It's got a fill command, a brush tool, and copy and paste. That's it. Now, they do work a lot differently to how they did when I first saw it like a year plus ago. But it's clunky. It's really clunky. So when you open it, you're in game. You can't fly around like you would normally do in Minecraft unless you click a button that's in the top right that says crosshair mode. And when you go into crosshair mode, you can just fly around as normal in Minecraft. You can open up your creative inventory. You can do whatever you want. And then to come out of that, you press Control and Tab, and it puts you back into the menu mode, and it locks you in position. Now, you can move around when you're locked in position, but you have to hold the right-click button on your mouse, which feels really odd to do. So, because you're in Minecraft. This is in Minecraft. It's in-game. So you have to hold the right-click button down, and then your WASD works, and you jump and you crouch and everything like that, and you can use the mouse to point where you want to point. And the left click will allow you to sort of drag a box over things, so you could select an area which you can then either fill with some like a particular type of block, or you can copy and paste it somewhere else. And the same thing works with the brush and everything. And the brush is quite nice in a way because it hugs the land. So it's perfect for so I went to a hill and I was like, okay, let's expand this hill. So I selected grass as the block that I wanted to work with, and I just brushed along this hill, and I didn't have to worry about where I was in 3D space because the brush just follows the hill. What it doesn't do, though, I couldn't see an option to, if I just wanted to brush a bridge from one area to another, it won't let you do that because it's going to hug the land. So you can't, bridge out with the brush. You need to use the fill, the box and the fill for that, which is fine. But it does feel really clunky. And,
Well, can you build while in that mode?
No, you have to go back to the crosshair mode, and then you can build.
Okay, so you go back to crosshair mode, and if you took 1 block long path of dirt and just covered a valley, and then could you use the brush tool
you could run the brush along
to expand it?
Yeah, absolutely. But it does feel a bit weird because there's no real... It shows you where it's going to be, the brush, but there's no real, crosshair. So it's a bit... It's very organic the way it brushes. It does follow your mouse. So it'll take a little bit of practice trying to get that in straight lines and stuff. And also you can't move while you're brushing. So you have to fix your position and then start brushing. So you'd have to get yourself set up at an angle, probably directly above it looking down, and then brush along the line. So it could be done, but it does feel very, very restrictive, if that makes sense. Because I've used add-ons that allow you to paint your world. We've done it on Truly Bedrock, and you can paint just by moving around, and it will set block at a certain point where you are. I've even played with one where it basically drops gravity blocks onto the terrain, and then it will convert that gravity block into whatever block it is that you've picked, so that you can do terrain brushing that way where you are, rather than being fixed in place. So it's good, but it's very, very limited, and I can't really see this is touted for creators, marketplace creators, people like that, and it's so far away from World Edit on Java Edition. People that do creating worlds and world design properly are using Java Edition and exporting to Bedrock Edition because the tools there are just so far advanced, and this doesn't even come close.
But it is a start.
It is a start, but it doesn't seem to achieve anything more than things were achieving sort of 5 years ago that you could already do third party. So it's nice that it's in engine. You're not loading up your world in another app and then going back into it. It's nice that it's in engine, but then because you can't then use those worlds to play in, you've got to then export it and then re-import it. It just doesn't feel right. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it's doing all the right things. Hey, we're doing all this in engine. You're in the game, but you're not having access to anything. But because it's in engine, you can add add-ons to it. You can add resource packs to the world, and you can play with all of the things that you would normally have in that Bedrock world and fly around it. You can have your brightness pack on, or your nether fog pack, or you can have your markers pack, or whatever packs you're using, and integrate that. So that's great. But one thing that doesn't work at all And I would imagine, I would go as far as to say this is the key part of this tool is the ability to select which block you want to use. Okay. So when you're filling something or when you're painting, you want to choose which block you're painting or filling with, yeah? That seems like quite a key thing to be able to do. And it does do it, to be fair, but it doesn't work. So you click on the fill command or the brush command or whatever, and there's a box that you can click on to choose which type of block you want. And you would think that would be organized probably alphabetically with a little icon to show you what the block looked like and the block name. But it doesn't. It just gives you this totally random list of all of the block IDs, but it's like, so it'll be like cobblestone underscore wall or polished underscore deep slate underscore tile underscore stairs, you know, and they're just out totally random order. And then if you've already selected something, the list it will give you won't have any relevant, you can't get the full list back. Then you have to like click on the box, type something into it and then delete it to get the full list back. It's just really weird. So it works if, let's say you want to fill with diamond blocks. If you click on the box and type in diamond, it will come up with diamond blocks as part of the list, which is fine. But if you just wanted to scroll down and find something, it's impossible. And if you don't know what the technical name for that block is, then you're going to be at a loss because it doesn't just give you like grass or grass path or anything obvious. So there's definitely, I mean, obviously this is preview, it's early days, but there's a lot of work to be done. And if this wants to be something that people are actually going to be, I mean, what's the point in putting all of this time and effort into it for a development team if people aren't going to use it? It's going to need a whole bunch more functions than just fill, brush, and copy. It needs to be able to generate circles. It needs to be able to generate things based on a dimension, not like the end or the nether or the overworld, but like I want to build this thing that's this size, this high, and all of that sort of stuff. It doesn't need to be limited by, oh no, that's out of world range, you can't do that here. It needs to be able to do that. I think it needs to be able to like prune chunks, delete whole chunks and fill chunks. I think you need to be able to set what biome a chunk is and, well, you know, all of those sorts of things. And it doesn't. It's just fill, brush, and copy. And the brushes even, rather than giving you like you can brush any size, it's like, no, there's a slider. You can go down to 1 pixel or you can go up to about, I think it's like 40 or 50. I didn't actually check the top one, but it's not, it just seems unnecessarily limited is what I'm saying.
Maybe they'll improve on time. That's all we can hope for there.
Yeah, I really hope so. Because it, like I say, if this is, assuming this is going, if it's in the preview just built in now, I'm going to assume it's going to be built into that actual Bedrock, the normal Minecraft at some point when it's officially released, which is great because you can just go, oh, you want to do some world editing, I'll click on this shortcut instead of that shortcut, or even they might have a menu button for it in game. But it just needs more functions. It needs a lot more functions.
Well, for it being a start, I'm happy with that. But yeah, it needs more.
I want to be able to paint entities. You know, I want 10 zombies over there, so I'm going to brush in some zombies there, and I want to brush in some chickens there and brush in some cows there. You know, if you're the idea of this is to make building worlds quick and easy. That's the whole reason it exists. You don't want to be then having to like click on crosshair mode and getting your spawn eggs out and going and placing all of those things in there. You want it to be as quick and efficient as possible, I think. So it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not hating on it. I just think it's got a lot of work to do to have any relevance to people, because it's so easy just to build a world in Java Edition and then export it to Bedrock Edition, which is what everybody does.
I'm browsing through Twitter, looking at stuff like that. I can see people's pictures. Like apparently, Eco Soldier was doing a lot with this, showing off screenshots of the editor and stuff like that. It looks interesting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, do you think it's ever something that you might use? I can't imagine unless you were doing any world building why you would need to, I guess.
Yeah, I could actually, where I would have fun with this is because I like kind of organic builds. I don't like structured, clean things. I don't do good at those. So, like, where I could have found a lot of use for this was, like, with the Netherrack Mountain.
Yes.
Because it's kind of organic. So, like, I had a rough design of what I wanted. You remember when I did at the top of that? I flared it all back out and everything.
Yeah.
A brush tool would have been nice to really experiment with that. And I'd be like, okay, well, what if I want to bulge out this or I want to change this? If I could load up that world and like, oh, the inside of the roof that's all flat. Well, what would it look like if I just brushed it and kind of made it wavy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for creative ideas, yeah, it's something I could use as long as you'll be able to eventually open up other worlds. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I can see myself using this a lot.
If they remove these, what seemingly are pointless limitations, then I think it could be fantastic. I really do. So, and obviously add in some more useful things as well. But yeah, I really do think it could be great. And there's a whole bunch of keyboard shortcuts built into it. They've obviously tried really hard to do it. It just seems there's just some very unnecessary like limitations to it, which I'm sure they could solve that problem.
But I mean, like your area, what was it, season 2, the castle that you built, how you were terraforming the landscape there and you were putting basalt down by this and doing that.
Yeah.
If you could have just went in and just kind of brushed that in to get a feel for it, you would have known whether you would have liked it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe you wanted to see, okay, what if I changed all the shore around here? What if I brushed it and kind of turned it into mud? How would that look? Well, you don't want to actually go through 10 hours of placing it all as mud to realize that you absolutely hated it when you could have just used the brush tool to experiment with it.
No, exactly. There you go. That's another thing that it needs, Slack. I didn't even think about it. It needs a replace command. You need to be able to select an area and replace one block with another. It needs a brush that will replace one block with another. It doesn't have any of that. They're just basic things that you need. How many times, again, truly Bedrock, the moon, that we have to go round with that command just running, replacing endstone with other things and replacing it. They're so essential for that sort of thing. I've got the terrain the way I want it, but actually I want that to be this block instead of that block. Or I got this building here that I really like, but I don't want it to be made of stone brick. I want it to be made of normal bricks. Just fill and replace. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. What if you built like your giant skyscraper? Okay, I don't know what you got it built with over there. Say it's
basalt. That's all I had.
Okay. Well, what if you wanted to see what it looked like with something else, and you could just use the brush and be like, I want to replace all basalt with stone brick.
If you could use the brush to do that, would be amazing, because then you could do your gradients. You'd be like, okay, I'm going to brush the bottom with this one. I'm going to go a little bit higher up. I'm going to blend in this one. That'd be fantastic. And then if that brush had almost like a splatter effect, so it was a little bit random, it'd be wonderful. Being able to paint paths, it'd be amazing. And it would. I really don't think it would be that much extra work, but it's one of these things where it feels like somebody that doesn't ever do this has been told, hey, we want you to build this thing. And they've got a really specific brief, but they don't have any of that experience outside of that brief to bring into it. So it's the sort of thing they just really need feedback on, I think. And they do what they're asking for it, which is good.
Minecraft Village, okay? And you're like, okay, I want to use this brush tool and I want to brush all these roads away, but I want to replace it with 90% coarse dirt, 10% gravel.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
then you could just brush through there and just brush you out this beautiful path.
Yeah, or even if you had to do 2 passes on it, you just go, right, I want gravel, but I want let's use a Photoshop example. I want the fill amount or the opacity to be this, so it'll do your 90% or whatever. And then you go do another pass with the gravel, a lower percentage. That would be fantastic.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, so say it do a 5x5 diamond, okay, or we'll say a circle, okay, whatever. And as it passes through here, it's going to change 50% of the blocks from grass to, coarse dirt.
Yeah,
and it just randomly picks them as it does that. Oh man, that could be so nice.
That would make this like so usable. But at the moment, I'm just like, it's a little bit like these AI image generators that I've been spending a ridiculous amount of time on. It's fantastic. It's so interesting to see how it works, but there's no real world use for it. I can't fit it into my way of doing. If I could generate Minecraft thumbnails with it, great, but I can't. It doesn't fit into my routine. It doesn't fit into what I do. And this kind of feels like the same thing. It's like, I want to use that because it sounds good, but it just doesn't do enough to actually make it worthwhile. I think if they added those, And instead of having this project system, they just were like, you've got your world list and there's an edit button next to it. Just have another button next to it that goes like world editor, Or even just if you're in game, just do a command /world edit and it just pops up that menu. Great. Fantastic. I'm up for it. But it just shows you how many times have we said about Minecraft pausing when you're in the pause menu, and it's there. It works.
Yeah. If it's there, then it can be done.
Yes, they do it. They literally pause it. So yeah, come on, game. Pause when in menu, please.
Yes, especially for single player worlds. I can understand not servers, but yeah. Oh, that would be absolutely lovely.
Now I don't know.
I hope this gets more to it.
Oh, so do I.
No, I hope it gets more.
I don't know if it's multiplayer, because when you go into the world settings, it does say it gives you the multiplayer option, because it's the world. It is the world create screen, but it's project instead of world. And there's the multiplayer option there. I don't know. I assume you can invite friends to help you build on it at the same time, which is great. I wonder how the pause thing would work then, because it's got to work, right?
I don't know.
It does say it says pause actors, so it's only the entities it's pausing. So,
what are they calling this? They're calling this Minecraft Editor. Okay, so like I'm randomly searching, looking to see different images people have posted online. They all pretty much look like about the same, though.
The Bedrock Editor is what they've coined it. That's the name for it.
Okay, Bedrock Editor.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so there we go. That's it on that. That's our talking point talked to death, unless there's anything you can think of that you want to bring to it.
No. I'm excited for it. I hope it gets some of these more advanced ideas. I mean, I don't know how I could even ask this. If you magically had seen this a year ago, has it improved from a year ago, or is it still the same thing?
It's very similar. The interaction and the visual side of it, when you're selecting things and you're actually using the brush, have changed significantly. And obviously the UI's changed significantly because it was an external application before. But yeah, the actual function of it, what it can do, is identical. There's nothing new in it. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right, okay, Slack, that is the end of the news. We are going to go into the bug date now. Do you have any bugs this week?
No, actually, not that I can really, except RTX always being broke. But I mean, isn't RTX kind of a bug in by itself?
I think RTX at this point just needs to be listed as a bug. Just bug report RTX. That's all it needs to say. Yeah, no.
It's so broken. Like, I'll get onto like a world. I'll turn on RTX. Okay, so like I'm looking at sea lanterns and stuff. So they're not working. So I log out. I log back in, and now the sea lanterns and everything are working. I can see the light from them, but now everything's super shiny. So I log out and I log back in again, and then everything's right. And then I walk 2 steps and I crash.
Yeah,
it
sounds about right.
It's so annoying.
Yep. Yeah, they have left it by they kicked it out of the car. It's at the side of the road. It's just getting sort of hit by every other update that comes along, just making it slightly worse. Yeah.
I feel like this was a failed promo between Minecraft, Mojang, whoever, and NVIDIA, and we're paying the consequences for it to this day. Just take it away and give us shaders.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, bruh, don't give us stupid editor. Give us shaders. Jeez.
Yeah, I trade all that. For one good shader.
Yeah. Okay, Robo Rufus says, hi, when you mine glass with Silk Touch, the item's not transparent. I haven't tried it with other blocks, scaffolding, colour, grass, but I don't think it does. Okay.
It's not transparent? I'm confused.
Yeah, I think I've seen this. Like, it almost looks like white tinted glass when the glass drops.
The thing that I find weird about when you're mining glass is, while it's that entity in the air, you can see right through it and see all the way down to like hidden areas of the world.
Yeah, it's good. Works well. Thanks, Robo Rufus, for bringing it to our attention.
Yep. We got Brood 591 next, and they say banners that have been placed and broken in the world will not stack with the same type of banner that have been crafted.
Sounds about right.
Since when?
I don't know. Kind of like buttons. Buttons used to do that, didn't they?
Leaves used to do that, remember?
Yeah. Buttons are still weird, though. Like, if you put a button down on the side of a block and then break it and pick it up, the button in your inventory changes position. And then...
Yep.
It's just like, why? Stop it. So, yeah.
Why can't buttons be directional? Maybe I want one that instead of going right to left, go north to south, you know?
Yes, levers can be, so why not buttons? Doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
Can we make that a good idea?
Oh my goodness, Slack. Hang on. There you go. Right, okay, I'm going to just chuck that in the wish list one, otherwise I'll forget about it. And it won't go in the good ideas bin. Right, okay.
Sounds good.
Who's next? We got... Oh, it says the last one. We only got 3 bug reports this week, Slack. Okay, Zenman16 says, observers watching active redstone dust activate on login. This breaks some redstone circuits. That's come back again. That was a problem for a while.
Old bug. That should not be. Every week, it just proves more and more our theory is completely correct that they work on older versions of the game with newer features, and then we get these old bugs back.
It's so weird, isn't it? It literally is. Literally every week for the last few weeks, we have had that's back. Oh, that's back. Stop it.
Yep.
Jeez.
That was a bad, annoying bug.
Yes, it was really annoying.
Bedrock. They're like worthless, I swear.
I've just started using them again because I haven't had too many problems with them. But now I'm going to be like, every time I walk near my area, all my farms are going to disintegrate themselves. Great.
Yeah, you walk into the area, your kelp farm automatically, boom, boom, or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, game.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, mate.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Good. Oh, I'm glad the bug date was so positive this week. Jeez. If you've got a bug,
well, at least it's not creepers and trees again.
No, stop it. If you've got a bug, then let us know by emailing us or filling in our feedback form on the website or joining our Discord and letting us know in there. Right, it's time for wish list. You can also give us a wish by doing all of those things, and you can wish for things to be in Minecraft. Slack, do you have any wishes?
To get rid of RTX.
Get rid of RTX. I wish that this new Bedrock Editor allowed you to open your normal worlds. I wish it had a speckly brush for doing like random stuff like we said. I wish it had more functions, and I wish it was better.
I wish they wouldn't mess with entities and boats and minecarts.
I wish we could have shaders back.
I wish we could have a pause menu.
Yeah. I wish they'd put all of the things that changed in the change log.
I wish we had an entity slider.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Right. It's time for everybody else's wish list items. Let's do this.
Let's see if theirs are anywhere near as good as ours.
In fact, I'm going to reorder this slightly because there's some long uns and there's some short uns, and I know what you like me to do. So
thank you.
They need to go in the right order. Let's throw this one up there. Like, hang on a minute. That, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Right. Zenman16 is back, saying, I'd like to be able to mix some redstone dust with powdered snow to make it transmit redstone signals just like a solid block does. This could enable smaller, simpler redstone circuits to be able to dispense and suck up powdered snow with dispensers. Example, if you have a circuit with an observer in it, when the observer fires on a block update, it can dispense powdered snow and it will stay dispensed until the observer fires again. This small addition could open up new redstone mechanics for the redstone community. What? So dispensers will dispense powdered snow and then suck it up again.
Yeah.
So why do you need to mix it with redstone dust?
I don't know.
So first of all, they say they want the redstone dust mixed with powdered snow to transmit redstone signals just like a solid block does. So
it's called a solid block, and I'm not trying to be rude, but that's called a solid block, yeah.
Yeah, so are they saying they want powdered snow to pass through a redstone signal, or are they saying they want powdered snow to be like a redstone block?
I don't see why, unless you're just... Okay, anyways. So you're wanting a solid block that you can walk through to still transmit redstone signal, I guess is where I'm getting that.
Yeah, and then it seems separate. The example they give is like an observer fires on a blocked update, dispenses powdered snow, and it'll stay dispensed until the observer fires again. Which is what happens.
It already does that.
Now, it would be nice. You know how, like, if you give her, like, a blip of a redstone signal in front of an observer, the observer fires twice. But it won't... It will dispense the powdered snow, but it won't suck it up again straight away. It's not. It doesn't quite do it fast enough, does it? It's like it takes a second, so you have to give it another blip to suck it back up.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be nice if it actually did just go boop, boop, and like drop it out and pick it up like a piston. You give a piston a...
Yeah, kind of like water coming out of a dispenser. It'd be nice if you didn't have to, pulse it like 4 times just to get to pull the water back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that would be nice. So maybe that's what you'd say in Zen Man, but I'm kind of lost. So if you would like to try and help us understand that by sending in another one next week, we'd very much appreciate it, because it sounds interesting, but
yeah,
also
if we got that wrong,
confusing.
let us know and try to be more clear on that.
Yeah, basically.
Right. So next we got Territe, and as Minecraft has almost no weapons or armor variants, I think it would be great if Mojang tried to add new weapons and armor every few updates where it made sense. They can be weaker than Netherite, but it would be good to have some on the same tier as Netherite armor and weapons, but more fun to use.
I guess they haven't been keeping up with the the Minecraft news. The armor trims, mate. Pretty much any type of armor you could possibly want and more.
Yeah.
Not tools though, or weapons. Yeah, we've said quite a few times that we want like a weapons update. We want more melee weapons. We want more ranged weapons. We want more different types of bows and swords and things. Yes, yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah, because
like give me a hammer that does like double the damage of like a sword, but I can only swing it like once every like 30 seconds. So I got to be really timing.
Give me sickles like on Dungeons, so I can chop things really quickly, but it's not quite as strong.
Yep.
But Minecraft Dungeons,
I like that.
It's got so much it could teach Minecraft with all that sort of stuff. I really wish they would dip into that bag sometimes and just go, we don't need all of it, but that's cool. A lot of players like that thing, so let's bring that over. And they've got some really interesting like armor things as well. And I'm not saying bring all of those to Minecraft, but like they have things like wolf armor and like it's emerald armor, I guess, but you know, like wolf armor that has particular things it does. That would be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind stuff like that.
Nice.
Turtle armor, or let me chop up turtle and stick it to my helmet. Okay, jeez.
Everything fine.
So I'm not going to throw that in the good ideas bin, Territe, because we've already sort of flogged those ones to death. But yes, we agree with you on the weapons, and the armor is already being updated. Okay, Nobody 2023. All right, I did it. I might blow your mind, but I found a use for echo shards. You can use echo shards as one of the colouring items for armor trims. It would make a deep midnight blue sort of colour, maybe even with flecks of white to make it look even rarer. No.
Portal frame. Yep.
No. Yes, exactly. And what we said last week to use them for.
That's their whole purpose,
the wireless
is for portal
redstone.
frame, nothing else.
Wireless redstone. We said that last week. Remember?
Yeah, we said that before. But I mean, if somebody out there made like a thing where you could make these eyes and light up a portal, and that would be real nice if that's what they actually did. Just saying.
You never know.
Lemonade up here with blocks you can walk through. You have to place 8 grass blocks around the block you want to pass through. Good for secret rooms or coal traps.
Glass blocks.
Glass. Okay.
So basically fake blocks. So like stone or grass or dirt or something, but you will fall through it.
Like your mini blocks.
Yeah, like when the mini block entities, when you made them full size. I like the idea, but I think this is another one of those things where people will go, oh, that's broken. Look, I fall straight through that block. I don't think it's a good idea for that reason. And it also...
build a castle wall that's not there.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from the creativity of going, how can I do that with redstone? Or how can I make a trap using the things within Minecraft? You know, it just makes it too easy. Oh, well, I'll just put fake grass all over there and loads of, like, fire underneath or lava, and then everyone's going to fall in
I'd have fun with that. As Foxy's like, I'm going to make a secret entrance that I can fly through. It's these stone blocks over here near this dirt patch, and then I'm going to go over there and take all the fake ones out and put real ones in, and he's going to fly right into it. Boom!
Yeah. No, I think that would be used. I think it would be used too much for, like, my theory is with game design, it's okay to kill the player as long as the player has a chance. The player needs to have an opportunity to have made a mistake, right? But if you just go in, any block could just be death. It's not fun anymore, and it's not creative. It's not an interesting way of making traps. So no, the more I think about this, the more I really dislike this idea.
No, yeah. Well, what if I took a 2x2 in front of the door to your base and dug it all the way down to bedrock and then just replaced it with fake blocks?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well,
No.
Where's the fun in that? It'd be quite funny to watch.
No, this
to be
is definitely
fair.
a bad idea. Bad idea.
Nobody 2023 is bad. Bad? No, back. Oh, hang on a minute. I haven't been using my... That you guess a double boot lemonade. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody 2023 is back. Not bad. Another use for echo shards. Maybe they are bad. Soul gems. You would craft one by combining amethyst crystals with echo shards to craft a soul gem. If you kill a mob or player, insert evil laughter, you would get the experience stored inside. It would be able to hold 100 levels at a time. Then if you die and do not want to grind a farm, you can grab a soul gem and just let the levels out. If it was a player, it would store all the levels they lost more evil laughter. Now, what do you think about this, Slack?
It reminds me too much of soul gems from ESO.
I don't know anything about that. Elder Scrolls Online. That's my limit of knowledge on that.
Yeah. Or from Skyrim or stuff like that. I don't like it.
Okay, so I read this, and when I first read it, I scanned through it, so I didn't really pay attention, and I liked what I read when I scanned it, but having read it fully through, I don't like it. But I do like the idea of a soul something or other, because there's, again, Minecraft dungeons, there's a precedent, souls exist, and you get them from killing mobs with certain items. I like the idea that if you had a soul something or other, and it was either almost like a totem, you hold it in your hand, or even could be combined with weapons and things, and you kill the player that's got 100 levels, you get that player's 100 levels. I like that idea. That would be great for, like, I guess, anarchy servers and things like that.
I mean, technically, when you kill something, it drops orbs, and you collect those as experience.
Yeah, but when you kill a player, you only ever drop 7 levels. The maximum the player will drop.
But I'm saying it kind of already exists in the game.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying just make a player drop all of their levels when they die? Yeah. Why is that limited to 7?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Just make a player drop all their levels. Can we have that in a good ideas bin?
Yeah. Player drops all levels. Yep, there you go.
I'll throw it down here at the bottom so nobody can get credit for it. Excellent. Right. Okay.
Foxy's like, I got 600 levels. Here, let me just store this on Chuck.
Yeah, exactly. I could transfer my levels to somebody. It'd be amazing. Right. Okay. Right. Last one, Slack. I think it's you, isn't it?
We got Nobody 2023 back once again, and they say a remote control. It would be made out of skulk sensors, redstone dust, and the rest surrounded by iron and nuggets. If you activate it, all redstone in a 20-block radius would activate.
No. Can you imagine?
I just want to walk through somebody's base just clicking buttons.
Yeah.
Click.
Can you imagine? Just pick any one of your redstone farm, Slack, and then tell me what would happen if all of a sudden every single piece of redstone dust lit up.
No. They need to happen in a very specific order. No.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, if there was like a receiver, a remote and a receiver, so that you could be like, oh, I'll trigger that from over here. Fine. It's not going in the good ideas bin because it's too modded. But just triggering
what a button is on a redstone line.
Well, exactly. Just triggering every single piece of redstone in a 20-block radius. You could do some serious devastation with that. Oh, Silent Whisper, I see you got a new... Got him.
Foxy, I'm at your base. I don't know where your secret entrance is. Let me just start pushing this button. Oh, your 3x3 piston door is now broke.
Yeah.
Oh, I broke. What do you mean I just dispensed TNT out?
Oh, jeez. Right. Okay, that's definitely getting a... Sorry, nobody. Jeez. Which takes us to the end of the wish list. We got 2 of our wishes in today, Slack, but nobody else did. Jeez.
Well, they're going to have to try harder.
Yeah. Okay, time for the questions. We have 3 questions this week. by people that you've already talked about a lot. First one is from Nobody 2023, believe it or not, saying, what motivates you to do this podcast? Money.
Minecraft. A career choice that isn't making videos all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not money. Go on, you go you first, and then I'll try and put my thoughts together while you're talking.
But I would say that plays a factor into it. I'm not just saying money, but I'm just saying the factor of content on the game that we like that is also entertaining and something that we already do. We discuss updates. We discuss all these things on a regular basis. We've just now started in discussing these with you all and getting your all's opinions on it too. And I don't know, it's I think it's good to talk about these things so that we can evaluate what we think about each update. Kind of like the boat thing. I think it's dumb. While some people may think it's perfectly fine, but it's a good discussion point.
Yeah, basically. So for me, there's a bunch of reasons, and they are, So basically what Slack said, I've played Minecraft for years, and as much as I still enjoy making videos on it and still enjoy playing on it, that's not what I get the most out of from Minecraft now. I've learned over the last few years how passionate, whether that's happy, excited, or angry or upset, I can get by the slightest change on a changelog or a new feature coming up or the way they do things at Minecon. And that must mean that that's the thing I enjoy most about Minecraft. And it is learning about what's coming new and thinking about how to use it and sharing that information with other people. So I really enjoy, as much as I don't, there's no way of us telling, what's the most enjoyed feature of this podcast, whether it's the questions, the news, the feedback, the wish list, whatever. But I really enjoy scrutinizing through the news and finding out what's coming up and what's going on and using my experience in the game to try and elaborate on things and speculate and understand it and give that knowledge to people, whether it's right or wrong, so that they can understand it better or they can speculate or they can use it, and getting that feedback from people as well. So that's one reason, and I think that's the main reason why I enjoy doing the podcast. The other reason is that I get bored easy doing the same thing over and over again. And I also like to vary, as I'm sure everybody knows, the range of things that I'm doing, which is why I don't just make videos. I do videos, I do add-ons, I do website stuff, I do bits of software, I do marketplace stuff, we do a podcast. And whilst that goes against a lot of good advice I've had from people over the years, which is focus on one thing and do it well, I enjoy it. I enjoy the variation, and it gives me the ability to wake up on a Monday morning and instead of going, Monday, I've got to do this, I can go, Monday, yeah, this, I got all of these cool things I get to work on this week. So it's just another string to that bow, really. And it's also there's a safety net there of what if Minecraft, not Minecraft itself, but what if Minecraft videos, start suddenly deteriorating at a rapid rate? And you got to think about TikTok coming along and taking over on a lot of things. The way content is changing from long form to short form, the motivation I have to actually make videos. Everybody, I think, will know there's been a little bit of a lull in enjoying SMP related content. Not for everybody, but as a whole, as a general thing. I think if you speak to most SMP content creators, they'll say, yes, there's been a significant lull over the last sort of few months. So it's sort of there as I want to still interact with people. I want to still interact with Minecraft. And I don't need to 100% rely on my videos to do that. So they're my reasons. And that's what motivates me.
For the love of the game.
Yeah. Does any of that fit in for you as well? Or is yours just like what you said about just really enjoying?
No, all that fits in too. All that fits in. Thinking about Minecraft and its future and what we're going to do as content creators,
Yeah.
Everything has an expiration date on it, and it's how long will, SMPs be popular? How long will this be popular? How long is that? I think you got to adapt to the changing of the times with the content that you make.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And podcasts I didn't think they were. I thought podcasts were a bit of a flash in the pan a few years ago, and there's kind of it like cryptocurrency. It kind of just sort of died off, meandered off, and not really that many people carry on talking about it. But they seem to be coming back with a vengeance. YouTube have added the podcast feature in, which last week we got feedback about, and I did actually set this up as a podcast on YouTube now, which I tell you what,
Nice.
Slack, that's fantastic. I wish they would do that with, like when I explain it to you, you're going to go, oh my God, yes, that would be amazing, right? So
Okay.
what it is it's, when you go in your creator studio and you've got your tabs across the top. So you've got, you go into content and you've got like videos, live streams, shorts and posts.
Yep.
So they added a new one. It's called podcast. And all it is a playlist. It's a YouTube playlist, which you can either upload your podcast directly into that, but it still goes into your videos and works just like a video, or you can like go into the playlist and add whatever other videos you've got. So I've added all of the podcast videos into the podcast playlist, and it's got its own separate thing. But the thing that's amazing is that you can have analytics per podcast, which is effectively analytics per playlist, right? So I can go into the overall analytics of this podcast on YouTube, and it'll say how many viewers we got, what the watch time was, where they watched it, how much money it's generated, all just for this podcast. And YouTube doesn't do that for YouTube playlists. It does it per video, or it does it for everything as a whole. And the ability to see that is fantastic. So I would love it if I could go, right, I want that, but just for my Truly Bedrock videos. I want that, but for my bug videos. I want that
for my tutorial videos. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How valuable would that be?
Very, very.
Now, you could do that now by just assigning all of your tutorial videos as a podcast. And it's not like statistics from now. As soon as I added them all in, it was like, no, there's all your analytics for all of those videos combined together for over that period of time.
Can you make the podcast playlist invisible?
Probably. It just works like a normal playlist.
Well, yeah, then you could get all that analytics by taking all your Truly Bedrock and putting them into, like, Truly Bedrock Season 1, 2, 3, make them into their own podcast, and just have it as a hidden playlist so that you can see all the analytical detail on it.
Yeah, which I think would be a massive abuse of the system, but it might make YouTube go, oh, this feature's useful for people. Maybe we should do that with playlists.
Yeah, it would be it would really tell you a lot about your content as a whole. Like, if you got separate types of content, like you've got your add-ons, okay, and then you got your Truly Bedrock stuff, and you got your, podcast stuff. Which of these, I'm doing 3 different things on my channel. Which is actually getting the most engagement? Which is actually getting the best watch time? Which is actually making me money? Which is actually people are watching, and which do people just not care about?
Yeah, that would be so valuable. It's unbelievable how valuable that would be. Just do it. Just do it, YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a big thing to really help content creators understand their content better.
Yeah, and make better content. And, geez. So I'm in the Creator Studio now. So there's the podcast tab, which I can click on, and so when I hover over this podcast, there's edit, videos, analytics, and watch on YouTube. And it's the analytics button that's new. If I click on my playlists tab, it's in there as well, and it's the only one that has that analytics button on it. All of the other ones just have either, watch on YouTube or edit. And if I go into the videos tab, obviously all of the videos have that analytics thing on because you can watch them all individually. So let's see.
I see stories, I see playlists. So what is it? When you create a new playlist?
I wonder if you already have to have something on your channel that's like... I know, because it wouldn't have known. I don't know. It just came up on mine, just said a new tab. So maybe it's one of those trial things that's just going out to certain channels because it doesn't appear on my main Foxy No Tail channel.
Nothing related to podcasts.
Yeah, no, on my main Foxy No Tail channel, it's not there, but on my Foxy 2 channel, it is. So I wonder if it's like giving it out to people that have got like podcasts listed in their videos. That'd be interesting. It would, wouldn't it? Right, okay. Yes, you can set the visibility to public, private, or unlisted.
Now I'm going to have to dig into this because I want to see why I don't see that feature, because that would be nice.
Yeah. Anyway, right, next question, Slack.
Where are we up to? Turtley?
Yeah.
Turtley says, "Hi, podcast crew. You know how we all complain about the parity all the time, but recently while watching your flower farm video, I realized that all in all, Java and Bedrock really aren't that different from each other, and you can barely tell that it's Bedrock. This said, one of the main differences is the menu looks completely different in each version. So I ask, which one do you prefer?" Turtley died thinking he paused the game, even though it doesn't.
Very apt ending to that question. I prefer Bedrock, but that's just because I'm what I'm used to now. I used to prefer Java, but I played that much Bedrock. I prefer the layout. When I go back to Java Edition, the recipe book just confuses me.
Yeah, recipe book I don't like. The block saturation color of Java I don't like. Though I will say some things feel smoother to me on Java, like switching between the tools, the tool animations, and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. And just breaking blocks.
Yeah.
We all complain about parity, or we did for a long time, but it is slowly but surely coming together, and that you have to look quite hard now for parity differences. There are still some very obvious ones, like obviously the combat system and stuff like that, but in the just sort of the general mechanics of the game, there really aren't that many massive deviations from each other now.
Yeah, I still prefer Bedrock over Java, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's still Minecraft, and there's no right or wrong way to play it. It's just how you want to play it.
Exactly. Lemonaden, last question, says, would you rather, 1, get an end update or an ancient portal update? This is a 3-parter, Slack, so we'll answer that one first.
Would you rather get an end update or an ancient portal?
Ancient portal, yeah, because I want to see what's behind that portal. I do desperately want an end update, but I want the ancient portal first. Having said that,
yep,
I kind of want them to do. This sounds so stupid because that's what I want, but I'm going to say, but I kind of want them to do an end update first because then it feels a little bit more finished because of my OCD. So my OCD's kicking in, going, do the end update first, then give us the ancient portal. But the rest of me's going, no, I want that ancient portal update. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could agree both ways on that. Yep.
Yeah. Number 2.
How about both?
Would you rather have your least favorite block removed or your least favorite mob removed?
Honestly, neither, but if I were to remove a mob, it'd probably be a dolphin because it does nothing.
Yeah.
Tropical fish, they do nothing.
Yeah, if we're talking without our cheaty add-on on Truly Bedrock, yeah, then I'd just remove. If they remove the dolphin, I wouldn't care. If they remove the polar bear, I wouldn't care. There's not many mobs that don't do anything
remove
at
the
all.
panda, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, panda, get rid of it. I don't care. Oh, but pandas, yeah, but it doesn't do anything. It's not. You can't farm it, so I don't care. Goats, I don't care. But a goat horn, no, get rid of it. Don't care. Who has ever got a goat horn by a goat ramming a tree?
Never. I found mine in the outpost. Yeah.
I'd love to see the statistics on how many people have actually managed to do that in survival, because I've never seen a goat ram a block ever. Now, okay, I haven't played that much with goats, but I've never seen it. I don't think it exists.
Yeah, the only time I ever got hit with a goat was on season 3, the experimental season.
Yeah,
where
I've
goats
been hit
were in
by
the
goats.
swamp. Yeah,
but I've never seen one ram a block. Never.
No.
Okay. The last, would you rather? Would you rather make videos only on YouTube or Twitch?
Well, videos can only go on YouTube. Twitch is just live streams.
Yeah, I think it means like you're only allowed to do videos on YouTube and not stream, or you're only allowed to stream on Twitch and not do videos.
No.
Well, you got which one would you rather? You've got to make a choice.
No.
Yeah.
In this day and age, I don't have to make a choice. I got both. So,
but there's a question. It's theoretical. No one's actually making you do it. It's just a question.
I love both. They're two totally different markets and everything. Yeah, no, I love them both.
So you're not gonna put one down on favor of the other.
No, because I love them both. I really couldn't imagine doing one without the other. I thought about it. What was it? About 1.5 years ago, I almost quit YouTube, but I found that I missed it. I couldn't.
For me, I would rather make videos only on YouTube, because as much as I do love streaming and I see streaming as a good future to have, I would seriously miss the creativity that I can have with YouTube. When on those moments, those days where I just want to do something really creative in a video, which doesn't happen all that much these days because I'm doing other stuff, you can't do that on a stream. And that's where my heart lies, is with creativity, creating things. So it would have to be YouTube for me. But I wouldn't quit either. They're both just as important to me.
If I had to give one of them up, it'd be Twitch.
Really? I'm surprised for you. You're so natural as a streamer.
When I started this, money was not a go, and it wasn't even something really to consider. Now, this day and age, it's something I have to worry about every month, because this has become my full-time job. Even though I don't make a ton of money, I make enough to pay my bills, but I still got to worry about it. Now, if one of them were to go under, if Twitch were to go under, I would hurt financially. Bad. But I always looked at it as there's both of these platforms are unique in their own way, because YouTube, I like to call it a game of pennies. Okay, you're going to be making money off of your old videos every month, even if it's just a few pennies here, a few dollars here, a few dollars here, a few dollars there. Okay, it's going to constantly generate revenue, while Twitch only generates revenue when you're active.
Yeah,
go dead on Twitch. Don't stream for a month. You're broke. You're when you go live again, you're going to pull like 1/3 of the people, and you're going to make nothing. You're going to make absolutely nothing. So if I had to convert all of my energy into something, the smart play for me would actually be to invest all my time into YouTube.
Well, then
because YouTube
demands so much more of you.
Platform.
You're right with YouTube, but if you miss a month of YouTube, YouTube will destroy you when you come back again, and it doesn't just. It takes 2 months to 3 months for every month. I don't have
that problem.
Really?
Yeah, I can go 2-3 weeks without uploading a video, and as soon as I upload a video, it does good. Instantly. Every
time it's the kids' holidays from school and they're with me for an extended period and I don't put out so many videos, it takes me the entire time while they're back at school to get to the point where I was before they took the holiday. I have a dip. It drives me nuts. I feel like I'm always catching up on what I've just got to.
I just need a couple videos to get my analytics back up to where they were.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, everybody's channel's different. So yeah. No, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's not like my views go down or they do. It's weird. So I'm still going up overall, but I'm not going up as quickly, if that makes sense. And it takes me a while to kick it back again.
I've done some streams on YouTube. Now, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. When I stream on YouTube, I make just as much as I do on Twitch. So if I had to completely ditch a platform, I would ditch Twitch completely. And I would stream and make videos
stream
on
Twitch as well, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That makes it a lot easier if you're allowed to stream on YouTube. Because
if I could still stream, because if I had to, if this is a question about which platform, if I had to lock in one and I couldn't change it, it's going to be YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm still convinced that in the not too distant future, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, I unless they do something drastic to Twitch, I got a feeling we're going to see see you later, everyone. we can't.
Yeah, well, it's
continue.
Getting to the point now with like I used to make substantially more on Twitch than I did YouTube. I can go live on YouTube and I do make money, and the YouTube streams do generate good revenue after the fact too.
Yeah, true. That's where I made most of my money on my YouTube streams was the plays afterwards through advertising revenue.
I've honestly been thinking about it right now. I've genuinely, it's been something I've been considering for about the last 2 months. Not quitting Twitch, but using Twitch to just play whatever I want and just focus my YouTube just on Minecraft only.
Yeah.
So if I do anything Minecraft related, it'd be YouTube.
That's what I tried to do. It didn't work out. Well, it did kind of work out for me, but I just felt like when I stopped doing that and went back to streaming on Twitch, YouTube, it just kicked up a gear and just started really working for me. So I think that the thing is, you can never know, because there's so many
Well,
seasonal changes and worldwide changes and habit changes and stuff going on. I often think it's just probably coincidence, but we see these things all the time. You know, these little rumors that go around saying, and everybody like takes it as read. Oh yeah, well if you do this with your videos, then that'll affect them in that way, and if you do short videos, then it will affect them in that way. At the end of the day, there's some truth to that, but I think it comes down to each individual video content you know, thumbnail and title you make. That's what affects your next video.
I'll tell you this: when you were doing YouTube stream onlys, I never seen you put out no videos.
Yeah, because they were all hidden behind the streams. Because I was
right, because
I was still putting out the same amount of videos.
For it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen none. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost like, you know, going back to the old days, you need a second channel for just streaming. But then you can't build 2 YouTube channels. You can't do it.
No, it's very, very hard. Some people can do it, but it's something I have not succeeded at when I've tried.
Yeah, me too. Right, Slack, that is the end of the questions, which means, of course, we are nearing the end of the podcast. If you would like to ask us a question, not you, Slack, but the people listening, then you can do by emailing us, news@theminecraftupdate.com, or filling in the feedback form on the website, or joining our Discord. I would like to remind you that we are supported by Patreon, which is patreon.com/the Minecraft Update. And yeah, please, if you're enjoying the show and you can afford to do so and you're over 18, please do consider supporting us on there. Slack, what are you going to be doing this week?
This week? If anything is going to happen, it's going to be streams, because I'm going to take my laptop with me to the UK. I'm going to spend probably the majority of the night trying to get the rest of my videos ready for while I'm away. But other than that, for me, the next 2 weeks, it'll either be Discord or streams. That's going to be it, because I am going to be coming to your neck of the woods.
Will we be doing a podcast next week?
Yep, I am going to take my laptop with me. I'm going to take my Corsair headset, and I'm going to install Crisp onto that. It may not be this mic quality, but yes, we are definitely going to keep doing the podcast.
Nice. Okay. Well, for me, I'm going to be hopefully getting back into the routine of streaming and doing as many videos as possible. My Duckshots channel still has many videos going out every single day. I do have a video ready for Saturday on Truly Bedrock, and I'm hoping to stream this week as normal. However, there are some significant changes going on for me at home, which I can't talk about. So if I'm a little bit sporadic, then I can't help it. It's not my fault, trust me. Just have to trust me on that. Don't forget,
you do another TV show at home.
No, I can't. It's more personal than that. There's things moving around at home with like my kids and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into it. Right,
you're
anyway,
good. You don't got to explain. I was making a joke.
I know. Right, don't forget, Slack, if you do want to get in touch, you can do by emailing us at news@theminecraftupdate.com, or filling in the feedback form, or join in the Discord. And the links are all in the show notes, so that's handy. Yeah. Right, all that's left to say is the same thing that I say at the end of every podcast, and that is, if you've made a Bedrock Editor program that works seamlessly with the preview of Minecraft, then make sure that you add in all of the features that we've suggested today, because then it will actually be useful.
Yeah. Sounds legit. Yeah.
That's it.
And tell Jeff to, put those updates in that he's promised us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Poke Jeff and just say, look, big list here. It's getting longer. Getting longer, mate. More hard work for you. If you keep up to date with it, it won't be so difficult. Don't leave it all until there's too much, because then it becomes a mountain and nobody can move mountain. Apart from, can giants move mountains, Slack?
TNT can move a mountain.
TNT, yeah, you need a lot of it, though.
I mean, there's creeper farms.
True, yeah. Yeah, all right, okay. Bye.
Bye.
Jeez.